but you don't need a good camera to take good photos. This photo is proof of that.
But it helps.
It does. I wouldn't use this camera, but.
This is 227 Wolfhounds from 25th Infantry in Hawaii. You know, and they got Aloha. You know, all my brothers over there.
My coffee mug is from Poland. It's my classic Poland mug from Poznan. Cheers.
Cheers, brother. Ooh, that tastes chocolatey and toffee.
That one's good. That's good. I think that's the best in the French press.
I like that. You can taste that one.
Yeah.
I've always had like 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the coffee world. Like when I'm at a bind, I'll just put some Folgers in.
You still do that?
Yeah. I can make a lot of it for cheap, and I can just drink it all. But like when I'm feeling artisanal and I want to, you know.
You haven't shaved your beard in a while.
Yeah. Just
you
like,
get your beard oil
slap
going.
some beer fluff in there. And
Daniel is a photographer in Sacramento.
Hello.
When did I meet you, Dan? How long have I known you?
We met like way back in the day.
You probably met me when I was a baby. Daniel's my cousin.
I remember when he was a baby.
Yeah.
I'm like 2 years older than you.
About, yeah.
So we were both young bucks running around.
Causing ruckus.
Making trouble. I remember you had a whip growing up. That was the coolest thing.
I had an Indiana Jones whip and I had a hat to go with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah, I wish I had a picture of that.
That would be cool.
Speaking of pictures, do you have any pictures to show me today?
You know, I think I just might have some in.
Oh, you brought the...
I brought the thing.
All right, so we're going to look at a couple pictures that Dan... So you're just going to show me a picture, tell me a story. We'll throw it up on the screen for y'all. So
this picture right here was like the reason why I wanted to get photography in the first place. I remember when I had my dead-end job and I was just driving around. I'd always drive through this bridge. And I just like would come out of the bridge thinking this would be a great frame for a shot, you know, just get the Capitol in the middle, gets the city life going, the cars.
I still think this is one of the best photos I've seen of the bridge.
I love it.
How you framed like the Capitol between the lights and everything.
I tried to get it dead center, and I couldn't because I couldn't get the Capitol. The light would.
It does. It looks better not dead center for like you mean like the line on.
Right.
It looks better not dead center because it's like kind of more of a leading line, kind of like giving you some depth of like the bowing of it into the Capitol.
Yeah.
I wish there wasn't so many congested signs. Not your fault. It's the city's fault.
It's you know.
Whenever I try to take photos, I'm like, God, there's all these signs in the way. But you did a good job enough though, where it's like they don't bother me.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to get the Capitol in there, and that's kind of the subject of the photo, and I love the color of the bridge.
I remember when you took this photo because I was standing on the side of the bridge, like yelling, like, "What are you doing? Get out of the road!"
I'm just like, hold on,
this
man.
big dumb idiot in the middle of the road. But what camera was this taken on?
That was taken on the Rebel T6
Yeah.
on a kit lens.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Where you don't need a good camera to take good photos. This photo is proof of that.
But it helps.
It does. I wouldn't use this camera, but
I updated the shot though. I took this shot on like a sunny day, golden hour.
Wasn't as good.
I think it was a little better.
Okay.
I framed it, sitting on my wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but this was the original shot, and I think I still should have framed this one.
I like that one, dude. Dude, we should print that one.
We should.
We will print it.
Perfect. That'd be cool.
Yeah. All right. Next photo.
My next photo.
Is that it?
This is my next photo.
I saw this one recently. Was this from your trip to San Francisco?
No, this was in Rhode Island.
Oh, okay.
Just the weather that day, and the way it was like sunny 1 hour, dark and rainy the next hour, and just like cycling through the whole day. And the way the light captured these buildings, because we were on scooters, and I have my camera on a scooter, like just snapping photos.
Yeah.
But I think this was one of my favorite shots of that day. I like the clouds, and I like the light hitting these buildings.
Right in like the upper right hand, like where it gets like light and dark, there's like some really good detail there. And then like the reflection of it on the glass, and buildings like this, like they're so interesting. Like they look boring half the time, but sometimes under the right lighting conditions, they just like there's something epic and like majestic about like something like like the depth of like the patterns. What camera was this taken on?
That was taken on the 5D Mark III.
Mark III?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Upgrade.
Yeah.
Cool. Good photo. Oh, should I show one, or do we?
Show one. Show me, man. Yeah. I don't want to be the only one here showing off.
Yeah. Some good coffee. Yeah.
This is really good. I can taste it. Like, you know, coffee's good when you can like taste it. Oh man. This is your dad?
That's my dad when we're duck hunting, and I took that on my iPhone.
Yeah.
Like because it just goes to show like the best camera is the one you have, and like I wish I would have had a nicer camera out there, like I could have got better shots if I did, but
I love that.
I was like I just loved that, like the wake of him going.
I love taking shots of water too, because you get the waves in there and all the different patterns of all the little like it's so like serene.
Yeah, and it's just my dad in his environment, like that's all he does.
Simple, you know, just that's what he's doing.
Those decoys are his toys.
I love it.
Yeah, and the sunsets out there are amazing. Yeah.
That's a sunset or sunrise?
Sunrise.
Sunrise? This one right here, this is probably one of my favorite of all time.
This looks like it could be at, like, in like the lobby of like the office for like the club or whatever.
I think this is just so unique because there's nobody in the stands, and unless you go to Boston to take the tour. I mean, it's like if you go to the game, there's some people everywhere, and you know, I love the pattern of like all the chairs and all the cup holders.
Again, just kind of like the building with like the patterns. Yeah.
And it leads you into the green monster.
Yeah.
A monster, as they say.
That's how you say it. So this is Boston. This
Fenway.
This is Fenway. This is the Red Sox Stadium.
Yeah. I like history. I like baseball. You know, as a baseball fan, I feel like I had to go see that. If I was in Boston.
That's nice. I like that one, but it looks stupid. This one's interesting. No. I like this one. You remember this one?
This is an Auburn over there, the fork.
Yeah, the North Fork.
I love the colors on this.
Yeah, so with that one, why I really am excited to show that one, the sky is fake. And it's kind of obvious, like now, like it's one of those things like when you look back at it, you're like, yeah, look at that. I don't know. Maybe it's not that obvious.
Hey,
I don't know.
It passes, man. It doesn't look so fake. You can tell.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this guy is trying to be a poser.
Yeah. But that was like one of the first attempts. Like that was watching one of the first Peter McKinnon tutorials of replacing the sky.
I was gonna bring a photo of where we're placing my skies. It's so great.
Does it look like this? Where you're like,
even though like the color and the doesn't really match the way of. Well, the way it was shot, maybe.
You can't always
cloudy, overcast.
Usually, the sky's going to be just overexposed. You know, almost always, no matter what you do. Like unless you can do an HDR, even then, it's still more exposed than overexposed.
Is this smoke or fog?
That's just the fog coming up from.
This looks like a piece of art.
Thanks.
It's like artwork.
Thank you.
You know, you frame that and put it in the bathroom or something.
Yeah, it was one of those only times where I like got that smoke off. Excuse me, like the smoke on the water kind of stuff. Like, yeah, I always love those. I don't know what the conditions are where you get that. Like, does it have to be a cold morning?
Yeah, it's like winter, early morning. This photo made me realize that wherever I go, I need to have my camera on me.
Yeah.
This is in San Diego, and it was cloudy. Didn't see the clouds, so I'm like, all right, I don't know, I just didn't really take my camera. Me and Lily went out for a walk. Me and my wife. Went for a walk. I left my camera in the car, and my car's parked on top of the hill. And we walked down, and next thing I know,
and then you saw this.
The sun comes peeking out of the clouds, and I'm like, oh crap! I look up the hill. I run, and I go get to the car. I pull the camera out, put it together, and I'm fighting with my breath in my lungs.
It's all shaky.
I'm just like trying to, then I'm like position on the car. I'm like trying to get a still and get the settings, and I'm just like breathing so hard.
Yeah.
But I was able to get this shot.
You got it.
I was just like, wow.
And is this up higher on the hill where your car was? So it was like, is that where you got this perspective, or did you walk down?
That was where my car was. Because I planted, the easiest thing for me to do was just
put it on the car.
Put the car on top of the car and just kind of like keep it as still as I could. And like I was huffing and puffing.
You probably got a better shot because you were up higher too. Then to go back to the car.
Absolutely.
Because
there's a lot of people down there too. So it's like I was able to get it through those trees and.
Yeah, I think it's a good perspective that it's a little bit higher, and then you get the silhouette of the trees.
Yeah, this was one of those pictures I took, and I couldn't wait to get back.
Yeah, to edit.
I edited it immediately that night, put it up, and I was like, man, this is the first shot of the trip. Yeah. And I didn't edit any other pictures on that trip, but this one.
But that one was like this. I got to edit it.
Gotta have this. Yeah. This is like, I feel like might be on some kind of logo for like a In and Out or something, or
some
kind of
surf wax company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's a dope one.
I love photography.
Photography loves you.
Even if I don't make money, it's a great hobby or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it'd be nice to make money.
So that being said, go over to Dana's website and buy.
Check out my website and
social media.
Social media. We'll have that listed down below.
You dork. Now I have to do that.
Why wouldn't you do that? You can't come all the way downtown?
I would. All right, I'm going to show you this one. I like this one a lot.
Oh, man. This is not your buddy, right?
That's my buddy who we went to go visit in Oakland, but this photo was taken in Chico just at like one of his training sessions.
Yeah.
So this guy Tony, he's been such a good friend. When I did stand-up comedy, this dude would always show up. Like when I started doing photography, he was like, come take photos. Like he's like just one of those guys that like
supportive,
wants to support you, like that's super supportive. Yeah, so this was one of the first shoots I ever did. I had no idea what I was doing.
And he's training right here?
He's training, yeah. He's just at the gym. I think this might be before he boxed any of his matches. He's done 2 or 3 so far. I think he's undefeated so far.
Yeah.
This is either after his first one or it's before his first one. But either way,
it's a good shot. I mean,
his hands down, so it's not good form. So
he was like highlighted all of his errors.
Yeah, but he still liked the photo a lot. But he in the comment he was like, "Coach, I put the hand down for the gram."
just for the gram.
For the gram. But I love that action shot. When you're first starting out, you're kind of figuring out the settings of like.
And it's good that there's motion blur. It shows that there's action.
Exactly. I wasn't looking at it. I'm like, it's a little blurry. I'm not sure if that's like good or bad. But the more mature I get in photography, I look back at it now and I'm like, no, those were the right settings. Mm-hmm. It doesn't need to be a higher shutter speed and to catch it perfectly. Yeah. Being a little blurry makes the photo. Better. And then I did edit it in a way to make it look like it's an older photo. If you see like the purple kind of down below, like the discoloration, I tried to make it look like a grainy, like film camera, because I thought that would be my style.
I mean, for one of your first shots, that's pretty damn impressive. I would have wanted to quit if I saw you take that. Like,
If I look at it now, I'm like, I couldn't do much better.
I couldn't do the same thing.
It's because it's so interesting when you look at like your good photos, like your best photos. You realize there's nothing that you couldn't you could have taken that photo on day one. Mm-hmm. It's just you put this setting and that setting, and you just were there and you pressed the button. There's nothing like inherently technical, that you have to learn before you can do that. You can get lucky and just have the camera on the right settings at the right
shots,
time.
Those sometimes you get those lucky shots. Like sometimes they can be the best. This image is just pure magic. I'm going to school. I'm taking this photography class. We built a camera. It's called a pinhole camera. You get a light tight box. I used a paint can. You poke a tiny pinhole the size of a tack, and it apparently displays an image. And on photographic paper, you put it inside the paint can or box or whatever, and I was able to get this negative from it. This is the positive image, but what got printed on my paper was a negative, and from the negative I turned it into a positive.
Is this splatter stuff? Is that the paint can?
That's actually from the chemicals, because I had to set up a dark room.
Oh, okay.
I had to do the developing, the rinsing, and the fixing, and I'm learning all kinds of new techniques that I'm just loving.
Where was this at?
This is on the side of my apartment. Nothing really interesting about it. Yeah. Only that when I got the negative, like the sidewall, it blew my head. I was like, what? Like, this is real?
That pattern.
I was able to get like the side of the apartments over here, and it's just, to me, this looks like a crazy, eerie, it's got a little pathway.
Yeah, the trees look interesting. Like, the trees look super eerie.
You know, and it's just sunlight.
I've always heard about this, and I've just never done it. It just didn't make any sense to me. It still doesn't. If you guys have any pinhole photography,
if you have any pinhole, share it on the link and show us what you got.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for sharing those photos. Those were dope.
Thanks for having me over, man.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Cheers. We'll do it again, and we're gonna actually go. If we have time, we're gonna go make a video right now, and you'll see it sometime later. All right. Well, thank you guys again for watching. Until next time, we're gonna drink more coffee.
Oh, I want some more coffee.